Oh my god, guys.
Oh no!
Hey, I see a Riddler trophy on the right.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
Oh, I had to get a new gadget. That's.
Oh. Oh my god.
All right,
Yeah.
here it comes. Oh yeah.
Because he says, just
Yeah.
rewatched the show. Kids Next Door showed it to his girlfriend for the first time. Almost cried after number 0. I don't know why I said. I don't know why I read that as number 2. Did you know that the voice actor for number 1 and number 2 are the same guy? Isn't that fucking crazy?
That's wild.
Yeah.
So he just talks in
That's
closet
talent.
to like to himself.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. In the sound booth, he's constantly changing his voice.
I mean, that's just Rick and Morty, right? He's just
yeah.
just rolling, talking to himself. And
Isn't
you're
that
just
just
like, all right.
Family Guy? Isn't that just American Dad?
That's right.
I mean, isn't
Seth MacFarlane plays Seth MacFarlane. It's like a tongue
What's the
twister.
run with Nick Kroll? What's
Big Mouth?
what's the animated?
Was it Big
Yeah,
Mouth?
Big Mouth.
Fuck
That
Big
is
Mouth.
just him talking to himself under a sheet on his bed.
That
Like,
show
Why that
looks
show's-
gross.
Yeah,
like
that show looks awful.
20 minutes.
Visually, it just looks gross.
Yeah.
Like not
it's-
like the
it's
animation.
it's a funny show. It's a funny show, but
Frank,
it's,
without
it's animation.
saying names, there's a guy in the company that we work for who is obsessed with Big Mouth, and I find that hard to believe that anybody could be obsessed with that show.
He was dressed as he went to on Halloween as Coach Steve.
Oh,
so
God.
like I think it's one of those things where like with animated shows, it's about who you watch them with. Sometimes, you know, it can become
Right.
like a group thing, and I think that that's what happens with that show. I feel like, you know, you watch it with your friends. You know,
Oh,
like,
Yeah, I
fuck.
guess half of
Ah!
the experience. If you're like laughing with your buddies, then you're like, I legitimately had a good time. But if you're just like sitting in your living room, like no pants on, you're just watching fucking Big Mouth, and I guess that's just really
Trying to
sad.
balance a can of Coke on your belly.
Oh my god, that's so gross.
get that Riddler
That's not
trophy.
gross. When you're just like you're laying down like half on the couch and you're just kind of like resting your hand on your tummy.
Okay, all right. Well, you make it sound a lot more elegant. In my head, I was like big, fat, hairy, like middle-aged man. Like,
But I'm talking about yourself. Why you're supposed to imagine yourself in that situation?
I don't know.
You're giving too much information out.
Hang on. I'm not hairy or fat, everybody. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
You're just digging yourself a
Hey,
bigger hole.
that's turning ability from disability, you know? Like, that's rising above. That's human ingenuity. It's being able to balance a Coke can on your belly.
Right? That's all I'm saying.
What is happening here? Ooh, that thing's about to reach Batman. Don't touch me with that.
Yeah. Give a reach around?
I've seen enough hentai to know what's going on here.
There it
Sorry,
is.
Batman.
He was trying to cover his weeboo-ness. He's like, no,
yeah.
I don't know what that stuff
heard,
is.
yeah.
Hentai?
Hentai.
Hentai!
I get that on my sushi sometimes.
Oh, okay. It actually hurts her. It hurts her if you squeeze her ivy.
She can, like... Frank, give us a Tinder profile
She feels
on
the
Poison Ivy.
She feels the plants. She's basically the plant god. Is basically it. Is that she feels the green, which is all the plants around her, and can control it.
We've all been there.
It's all the green, dude.
Yeah,
It's all green, dude. It's real good. No, but seriously, that's her powers.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Hang on, I gotta catch up with chat real quick.
She can grow some bomb weed. That is DC canon.
Would you
Wow.
swap?
That's
That's true, right?
That's
Yeah.
canon. All right. A couple of things. Ruddy says it's sad that Cartoon Network didn't approve the sequel series for Kids Next Door. I had no
What?
idea that was even a thing. I want to know more about that. J-Cash says the Jet shows that Batman could just nope it out of there anytime he wanted, but criminals need a beating, I guess. Not sure if I understand that.
I mean, he's still got to stop Joker in the long run. So, like, if he did yeet out of there, they would still
That he's
kill
being
everybody.
Yeah, he's an accomplice to Joker's purpose, I guess.
I mean, Joker's gonna,
Oh,
you know,
you just
poison all of
bullied.
Gotham. Oh, nice.
You didn't get a strike though. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, that was close, dude.
I wasn't 100% sure if that's what I was supposed to do or if they're just going to shoot me as I got close.
Well, it seemed fun.
Seems like a good time.
The jet that just came through the window is what he meant. Okay, I must
Yeah.
have happened a little while ago.
The Batwing.
Gotcha.
Yes,
The thing
when
that
they
dropped
dropped
it.
off the
I'm sorry,
new
there was
gadget.
there was like a weird ivy thing like creeping up on him. I got distracted and things happened.
Things happen.
Yeah.
We all made
There was
it.
green bitches. I was confused.
There was only one green bitch actually. Man.
So not Smurfs, just one green bitch.
Yeah.
Now a bunch of blue bitches. Oh, there we go. Kick that man down the hole, dude. You can do it. You can do it.
Do it, man. It's all good.
It's just manslaughter.
Oh.
It's okay. It ain't breaking the code. Don't
Just
worry.
a bunch of juggalos.
I don't have to save you.
The train will. I mean, it'll kill it. You know what? Okay, go.
No, know what? I'm just killing you with a train. Fuck you. Bye.
Have you ever read the Scooby-Doo Apocalypse comics?
Of course I have, dude.
They're
I'm a
pretty good.
huge I'm a Scooby-Doo kid.
Are
Like,
you in general
growing
just
up-
like a really big Scooby-Doo fan?
Yeah, dude. Like, I grew up, and like, it was one of those things that, you had a couple DVDs in my age. Like, we didn't have streaming services, kids. Like, we had a couple DVDs.
Okay,
and
Grandpa.
I rewatched, I know, right? And we got our Netflix mailed to us. No, I'm just kidding. But that's
Dude,
really
I
true.
fucking remember
But
those
it's-
days. I had Scrubs DVDs mailed to me through Netflix.
Respect.
Respect. I literally had like a couple Scooby-Doo episodes and couple movies, and that's what we would rewatch off and on again. And I had the first 3 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh, so I know the first 3 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh really by heart. Like, but that's it. You know?
You can like quote it as it's playing.
Yes, it's weird. It's like one of those things where it's just like I've watched this too many times because
Oh
I was
my
a kid
God.
being like, "What are we gonna watch today? The same thing the only thing we own, bro."
Same thing we watch every day, Pinky. The first 3 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Thank you.
You just reminded me I think it was last week. We went to it was over the weekend. We went to see Tommy Wiseau's The Room playing at a local theater.
Nice.
You probably know which local theater it is, but
Yes.
it was a midnight
The
showing.
good one.
Yeah, the good one. It was a midnight showing, and it was with like a crowd of people who they brought plastic spoons to throw at the screen, and they kept shouting things at the screen as like the movie was happening. It was
That's
fucking
awesome.
hilarious. It was definitely an experience that I never knew that I wanted. But that's how you watch Tommy Wiseau's The Room. You watch it in a theater with a bunch of nerds at midnight, and everybody screams at the screen, and that's all it happens for like an hour and a half.
That's awesome.
Okay, so Ruddy says, apparently they showed a concept trailer to Cartoon Network that took place of Uno is number 1. If you guys didn't catch that.
If you don't speak Spanish.
Yeah. What's his name? Like Nigel Uno, I think. Saving the kids from the other planets and discovering that the kids next doors in space are corrupted, and it would have brought the old cast and all, but Cartoon Network weren't interested and didn't approve. And he says the trailer is on YouTube. Okay, I'll definitely have to check that out.
Damn.
And Kamikaze's just kind of going off the rails here. Yo, Bravo, Doobie Doo, that Scooby, Johnny Bravo crossover.
Narf. Blue eyes.
Pinky with his blue eyes white dragon. Man, and yes, they still do the spoon thing. Yeah, apparently. It was my first time seeing it. I had heard about it before, but it was my first time seeing it with the nerdy people with the spoons and everything. It was so fucking
Yeah, it was
funny.
great.
They would always shout like, "Close the door," because nobody
Close the
closes the
door.
damn door in that entire movie. Like, damn.
No, everyone just comes into rooms. They
Oh,
don't
yeah.
close any doors.
And
they
then
don't-
scenes would
They
happen,
just come in.
and the crowd just be like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, and then they'd be like, "You just got here," because every character walks in for 2 seconds, and they're like, "I have to go now." It's like, you just got here. Oh man.
Dude, does everyone scream, "Oh hi, Mark," when they do it,
Oh,
or is
they
it...
freaked out for the scene.
Yeah, there are some scenes where everybody claps because it's like such a legendary scene, like the part where he goes, "I'm fed up with this world," and everyone's like, "Yeah, man, he's fed up with it." Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. That sounds awesome. I would love to do
It
that.
was fucking great. Kamikaze says we saw Mystery Science Theater live. So I think I heard that
God,
what
that's
I
awesome.
experienced with The Room is basically what that is like Mystery Science Theater. I'm not too familiar with MST, but
Well, they're like how would you explain it?
I mean, I've heard analogies.
It's commentary.
Yeah,
right?
it's like
we
you
call
know
it
those
commentary.
those video film commentaries on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't exist without this.
It's
This
like-
was back in like the 90s. And
It's like a let's play, but it's a let's watch, and they have like puppet characters that are like part of it, right?
They're like a little
There's, like, a
silhouette,
robot or something.
and they watch like the worst movies. Like they would have watched like The Room if it came out back then.
Right. Okay.
Oh my god! But they were watching. They introduced me to Gamera. Like I was a big Godzilla kid, and then they were like, "There's also a turtle."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh my god!"
It's fucking great, dude. We watched Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla on YouTube.
Oh yeah, those
So
those
good.
movies are free on YouTube. So if anybody's
Right?
interested
Amazing.
in watching those old ass Godzilla
And
Don't get in the water.
Okay, it wasn't like that before. Thank you. A little too late for the warden, but alright.
it still saved you a little bit.
So I watched a lot of Godzilla, and I remember a lot of Mecha versus Godzilla. I don't remember
Yes.
weird monkey men.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Ah, yes!
They were supposed to be like aliens, right? But they were monkey people.
They were just gorilla people.
Monkey man.
Dude, for Christmas, my Deshaun, my co-host at the Orb Shelf, got me 15 Godzilla movies on Blu-ray. It's the Criterion Collection, dude.
Damn.
It's amazing. It's a huge book, and it's like I've seen all the Godzilla movies, and I own most of them. I'm missing like a couple of the Mecha Godzillas, I think, but there's like 5 of them, so I'm really,
Damn.
it's like Godzilla fights Mecha Godzilla like so many times, so it's just like, yep, okay.
It was my first Godzilla movie. And I just
really?
saw it
That's
like
the first
last
Godzilla
week.
movie?
Yeah.
That's not a good one to start with.
What are you talking about, dude?
It was good enough for
Mechagodzilla's
me.
fucking dope. Because at the beginning, she's all like, 2 Godzillas? Why is there? How could that be a thing? And then you see like a cut, and you're like, that's a robot underneath there.
Yeah, these are actual reactions that I had.
Yeah, kind of.
You're
Yeah.
like, damn.
I mean, whatever. Who cares?
Close enough.
Yeah. Do you remember Godzilla's
Oh my goodness.
flying
No,
kick?
I
think-
grew up. It was one of the only things we owned, and it was like
It was
I
on
watched
TV
a bunch
a
of
lot,
Godzillas.
like on the movie channels. That's where I watched
See,
it.
that's the difference because
Nice.
I didn't really have TV growing up, and like my family doesn't speak English, so they don't really give a shit about like any like classic stuff, you know.
Yeah, in the chat, Rudy's bringing up Godzilla's flying kick.
Yeah.
It's one of my
Classic.
favorites. It's one of my favorite Godzilla moments. He just drops on his back and rides on his tail across the entire landscape, like a whole fucking valley, and then fucking double kicks the guy over. It's incredible. It's one of my
That sounds
favorite
fun.
moments because it would literally be it's like really hard for the actor to do, and they still did it, you know? Like
They
it would have
still
been
did.
it's like it's one of those things where they could have made it easier. They could have, just run up and punched him, but nope, they gave us that.
You ever play Rampage?
Oh yes. Oh yeah, of course.
That's
Love
like
that
the only
Rampage.
like kaiju experience I really had as a kid. I played a shit ton of Rampage on some like Midway anthology disc that I had on like PS2.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But
Oh yeah,
'cause
me
I
and my
think
brother
there's, like,
loved
Godzilla
that.
in there.
Yeah, me and my brother were really into it because it was like one of those classic games that's actually like really good 2-player, and you're like, hell yeah.
Frank,
Like, it's
you ever hear of a PlayStation 2 game called Rad?
that sounds super familiar.
It's like
Why
robotic
does that sound super
assault
familiar?
driver or something like that.
Yeah, contrary to its name, it's not that rad, but it can be.
It's not rad.
It's a very, very archaic feeling PS2 game.
Yeah,
Nice.
And it's kaiju monsters.
and you pilot
Ooh.
a giant robot.
Yeah, and it's like
Ooh.
really, really tanky.
The gimmick is, so you're playing, anime protagonists, and you pick your robot. The way you control the robot in the game is with like a PlayStation 2 controller. So
Yeah, it's canon.
They're
The
like, we
character is
figured it
holding-
out, guys.
Your character is
figured
holding
it
a
out.
PC controller.
basically, so then what happens is you have to like get on top of a rooftop to see your robot and then
Oh my
control
God.
it with the controller.
Oh
it's
my
fantastic.
god, are you kidding?
It's
What?
terrible. And it's like
It's so bad.
it's like left triggers left foot, right triggers right foot.
Yeah, you're controlling it by limb, and if you're like not on top of a building where you can see your robot and then you go into pilot mode, then you're just gonna look at your robot through a building. Like,
Yeah.
you
Oh
have
my
to-
god, are you serious?
Yeah, you actually have to like go into a position where you can see the robots fighting and then like take control.
Or like you'll be on a
Oh my
rooftop
God.
and punch the kaiju into the building you're on, and then you just go down. You're like, well, fuck me.
What happened? You like went in for a kick and then you just landed on the stairs.
I have no idea what happened there. Batman's like, and what?
And a perfect landing.
10 out of 10. What?
10
Okay.
out of 10.
We should
What
definitely
did it?
play that game, by the way.
I think
you
so,
should
yeah.
come over and we'll play it in person.
Yeah.
Let's play some rad.
Yeah, you have to
Alright, 'cause
experience it in
that's-
person.
That sounds awful. That sounds incredibly bad.